Good morning. Today is Friday, February 4th. We're bringing you the latest news making headlines to help start your day.
Scary moments in southeast Atlanta when a tree comes crashing down on a home during heavy rain overnight.
It happened on Eisenhower Road. Our Tori Cooper spoke with the homeowner. Tori, what can you tell us?
Good morning, Robin Gregory. As you know, we've been out here for several hours. We had a chance to speak with the homeowner, or the resident who lives here. Her name is Miss Patricia. She was inside her house this morning with her grandbaby and her daughter, and that's when this all happened. We hopped the fence. She allowed us to come over here just so that we could show you this monstrous tree that snapped and went right through her living room. Take a listen to what happened.
Scary. It was scary. We were sleeping and heard the noise and came and saw this all over the place and in the house. I'm grateful. That's God's grace. That's all I've been thanking the Lord for, his grace and mercy, because so much of tragedy is happening.
And you've been able to see some of the pictures from inside her house, the drywall on the ground. You're able to see where it came right through, and there's candles in there. They have no power right now, but back out here live, both of their cars are in the driveway, and they asked me, Tori, can we get out? I said, no, you cannot get out right now. They did say that they contacted the homeowner to see if they could get some help out here. Of course, we'll be out here throughout the morning and sharing some more updates with you. Reporting live in Southeast Atlanta, I'm Tori Cooper, CBS 46 News.
Yeah, bless her heart. I'm really glad she and her daughter and grandbaby are all okay. They can clean up that mess. Tori, thank you. Happening today, Travis Mcmichael, the trigger man in the killing of Ahmaud Arbery in Brunswick, Georgia, is expected to tell a judge whether he's going to stick with a guilty plea in his federal hate crimes case. Our Rebecca Schramm has been following this story, and she joins us live this morning. The father, Gregory Mcmichael, has already withdrawn his guilty plea.
That happened yesterday, Gregory. According to court filings I've been monitoring for the Southern District of Georgia, the son, Travis, is still on for a pretrial hearing today where he is expected to let the judge know his intentions. But yes, the father, Gregory Mcmichael, has withdrawn his guilty plea. Gregory Mcmichael is the one who initiated the chase of Ahmaud Arbery as Arbery ran through their neighborhood 2 years ago. Last weekend, we learned the father and son had agreed to a plea deal in the federal hate crimes case. But after hearing from the parents of the victim Monday, the federal judge rejected the punishment the prosecution had agreed to, which would have allowed the Mcmichaels to spend as many as 30 years of their life sentence in federal prison rather than state prison, which is considered to be tougher. With Gregory Mcmichael's withdrawal of his guilty plea, it means he is ready to defend himself on the hate crimes charges. Again, we expect to learn at a hearing today whether Travis Mcmichael, the son, will follow in his father's footsteps, or if he will stick with his guilty plea. We know the third defendant, William Roddy Bryan, the one who recorded the shooting of Ahmaud Arbery, will stand trial. Jury selection begins on Monday. Live in Atlanta, Rebecca Schramm, CBS 46 News.
Yeah, a lot of developments still to follow there. Rebecca, thank you for that report. Right now it's 6:36. We're keeping an eye on today with the other stories you need to know.
U.S. officials say they now have an idea about how a Russian invasion into Ukraine might begin. The Pentagon thinks Russia could use an elaborate propaganda video to justify an invasion. They currently have roughly 100,000 troops along the Ukrainian border. The Biden administration has sent thousands of U.S. troops into the area to support NATO. U.S. officials also continue to threaten severe sanctions if Russia does, in fact, invade Ukraine.
Investors are now looking ahead to this morning's release of the January jobs report. Analysts are predicting anywhere from 150,000 jobs added to 400,000 lost. The uncertainty is due to the Omicron variant of COVID-19. President Biden will address the report from the White House.
Today, Kroger is set to host a ribbon-cutting ceremony to celebrate the official opening of the Forest Park Customer Fulfillment Center. Kroger Delivery is a first-of-its-kind grocery delivery service for our state. Officials say it'll bring new job opportunities and fresh food to the metro area.
You can file your taxes for free if you had an adjusted gross income of $73,000 or less in 2021. To start, you can go to the free file online options page on the IRS website. There, you'll be given a checklist of the materials needed, and from there you can browse all the providers with offers for free filing.
Get ready to pay more if you want to keep your Amazon Prime membership. The subscription price is going up by $20, so now it'll be $139 a year instead of $119. A monthly version is going to cost you $2 more. Amazon says the increase is due to expanded services and a jump in labor and transportation costs. Welcome back. It's 25 minutes after 6. We've learned that some of Atlanta's top children's doctors say the COVID-19 vaccines can prevent more than just COVID. New research shows myocarditis, which is a rare heart condition, is less likely for children who have gotten the shot. A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association shows less than 0.01% of those vaccinated actually developed myocarditis. Dr. Matthew Oster, a cardiologist at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, led this study.
Fortunately, people who have this myocarditis from the vaccine, it tends to be rather mild. We are still seeing a lot more, kids getting hospitalized and having severe effects from getting COVID than we see, from the vaccine.
Bottom line, research shows children are more likely to develop myocarditis or other illnesses involving the inflammation of organs if they contract COVID and are not vaccinated.
A new neighborhood resource may be coming at the expense of another indicator. The construction on a cycle track on Church Street is underway, along with wider sidewalks. The project cuts the 4-lane road down to 2, slowing down traffic, which city leader says improves safety. However, the project eliminates dozens of side street parking spaces near Glen Lake Park.
That's a really popular park for the playground, they have basketball courts, tennis courts, they play soccer fields.
Yeah, they have a soccer league.
They've eliminated access to that for the community.
The Decatur deputy city manager says people can still utilize parking up the hill on Cemetery Drive, which is a quarter mile away. The project should be finished by the summer of 2023.
We're back now at 14 minutes after 6. Remember we showed you this video yesterday morning? Well, investigators now confirm a propane tank explosion caused this church to burn to the ground. Just minutes before these flames engulfed the Douglas Christian Church, members were inside singing a gospel song. The song, the church live stream, all cut short when one of the singers noticed this fire. Church members say they frantically started looking for children. The senior pastor says there were about 30 to 35 children inside. About 15 young adults were inside when this happened. Fortunately, everybody was able to get out before that church went up in flames. The church says it plans to gather for services this Sunday. They're going to meet outside in the parking lot.
We're learning new details this morning about the raid in Syria that led to the death of one of the world's most wanted men. U.S. troops were trying to capture ISIS leader Abu Ibrahim al-Hashimi al-Qurayshi, but he blew himself up along with his wife and 2 children. After the blast, U.S. troops stormed what was remaining of their home. In all, 7 people were killed, including 3 children.
Knowing that this terrorist had chosen to surround himself with families, including children, we made a choice to pursue a special forces raid at a much greater risk than to our own people, rather than targeting him with an airstrike.
Through DNA and a fingerprint match, U.S. officials identified al-Qurayshi. He's blamed for orchestrating the massacres and rapes of the Yazidi people in Iraq and a recent attempt to free 3,000 ISIS fighters from a Syrian prison.
It's 6:16. The opening ceremony of the Winter Olympics kicks off in less than an hour from now in Beijing. The ceremony is being held at Beijing's National Stadium. The U.S. and many Western countries are staging a diplomatic boycott of the Games, citing China's record on human rights. Beijing is the first city to host both a winter and a summer games.
Right now, Atlanta drivers doing a double take because of a traffic ticket scam. Now check out the similarities between the fake ticket on the left and the real one on the right. Atlanta DOT says it has gotten reports of people finding the fake tickets on their cars. Officials say real citations will never have QR codes. You can go to the CBS 46 app or CBS46.com to get a closer look at the fake ticket. Okay, you'll likely see a lot of people sporting red today. We all are, to raise awareness about the #1 killer of women.
Brooks Baptiste is in studio with more on a heart condition that's on the rise in women. Brooks, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you guys. Heart disease continues to claim the lives of so many people we know and love. So today, that's right, we've got our red on and we're sporting it all throughout the day. But get this, since the start of the pandemic, research shows a rising cardiovascular death rate in women. So we want to tell you about this, something you may have never heard of. broken heart syndrome. It causes weakness of the heart muscle, and it's often triggered by emotional or physical stress. Now, it's usually a temporary thing, but there are times where it comes back within 5 years, and statistics show that it is on the rise. So the Women's Heart Alliance has launched a brand new awareness campaign because it's affecting a younger crowd now.
We are doing this because of the rising cardiovascular death rates in women, particularly younger women under the age of 50, and particularly women of color. And this started before the pandemic, but it has been exacerbated by the pandemic.
So doctors are reminding you to get your heart checked. A lot of times, risk of heart disease can be calculated through tests and screenings. And we want to show you just a couple of things you should know. Know your numbers, your total cholesterol, your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your body mass index, and then even knowing your family history. That can really help you there as well. This morning on CBS 46 News at 9, we're going to be speaking with a cardiologist about some of the things you can do to get heart healthy. Guys.
Those are such important information on the radio. Sometimes I hear that public service announcement: know your risk for heart disease.
A lot of people are scared to know their risk because they are scared of what they might hear, but it's better to know and then
be able to
change things into the future.
Yep. Be proactive, really. All right, Brooks, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching CBS 46 News. Watch us live wherever you are, our mobile and our streaming news app. You can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.